Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're just gonna be working on the Passat here. The window fell down on the wife the other day when she was driving around town with the little one on running some errands. So ordered up a new window regulator. We're gonna get that thrown in there. So I'll get the camera flipped around here and show you what we got. So I got the new window regulator, just a Rock Auto special, $23 or whatever. There's the part number if you need it. One thing I didn't realize when I ordered it is, but it's actually made in Germany. So hey, must be at least a fairly decent part. But I got the window duct tape up for the time being, but I'm gonna rip this duct tape off, get the glass pulled out, and then the door panel comes off. There's this piece that pops out, then this whole control will come out. You can unplug it. There's push clips along the edge, and there's two, I believe they are T25 Torx, I think, if I remember right. So, and that all should pop off, and there's 3 Phillips screws behind here that all come out, and then the panel pretty much pops right off. So I'm gonna get that ripped off and get working on getting to the next step. The window just goes down and slides straight up. You just gotta kind of play with it a little bit. I'm gonna set over here all the way. I also ordered these. These are the little door trim clip, panel clips, because I know most of these ones were broken, so it's just easier to replace them. I mean, it was $6, I think it was, for 50 of them on Amazon. They're here in a day and a half, so not too bad. I'm going to move the camera so you can see maybe a little bit of it. There. Kind of get a light. This handle just kind of pops up. There's a bunch of these little tabs on the back. More than likely, if you're working on a car that's this age, this is a... I know in the previous video on this car I said it was an 04. It's actually an 02. But they're pretty much the same. But more than likely some of these tabs are going to be broken off. Like there's one sitting there from that. So okay, let's see. Next will be these big things. There's 3 Phillips screws. And I take like a big, maybe a PH3 or Phillips 3, something big like that. You can probably get them with a number 2 Phillips, but you just gotta be careful not to strip them out. It shouldn't be super tight. There's that. Come up, and then we got door cable hook to come off. There's a little plastic clip that may or may not stay attached. Your power mirror button if you got power mirrors. It's trying to pop out. The security light wire stays with the door panel. I found this bottom light, the puddle light, actually is easier just to pop it out of the door, push it out, because it's got a tab on both sides. And there's the door panel all disconnected. And these here are those little clips that I'm going to be replacing. So I'll set that out of the way and move on. Alright, so there'll be a whole bunch of 10mm screws or bolts all over this panel. And then the biggest pain, I guess, with this is getting the wiring harness off. This can push through. So that's your cable release. This one for your door lock actuator. That one I just push through. There may be better ways to do this, but this is what I did last time I pulled this door panel off here when I tried to fix it before I realized that the regulator was broken. That one comes in on there. On there. This connector is a slide connector, so part of its lock actually pulls it in. So that's one not to force. That one broke. That one pulled out. I'm going to pull this one out. And this harness is probably the hardest one to get reconnected and disconnected because it's kind of hard to get to inside the door panel on the lock. But my door panel, these are all, I basically was able to loosen them up with my fingers the first time I pulled this off, which is a little bit concerning. And one actually was falling out of the door panel completely. And don't want to forget to unplug your speaker. There's all those. There's, looks like 10 of them. And this one. What's this? Push the cable through, and then reach down in and I don't know if you're careful. This is on the lock. Is the same style connector like they use on the mass airflow sensors and stuff like that, and the coils and stuff. So There's ones you kind of gotta be careful with not to break that you'll lock in here. One of these with the little tab that pulls back. Just a matter of pulling all the little things out of the way, and we got the regulator all out, and there's the broken one. Just because we're going to try the next size up. I don't want to end up making the hole in the actual backing panel bigger than it needs to be. There it is. Yeah, that'll work. Further than I wanted, but the nut's quite big, so. There, what? And then looks like a T30 Torx or thereabouts. T25. Yep, T25 Torx. For the old, the new ones. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll get something to cut these zip ties with, and we'll get these thrown on. Alright, it looks like the nuts on this are a 12 millimeter. So. Yep, there it is. Oh, that's part of that. Alright. What's up this side here? And then this side. Yep. I'm not going to go crazy tight, but I want to just make sure they're not going to come off, so that would be really suckish to have this thing come apart inside the door after you all go through, spend all the time putting it together, and have your window stop working again. Alright, there's 1, 2. 3 should be somewhere. I just found something else I had dropped while working on my truck. That's good, kind of. Alright, where'd that one screw go? always end up doing something like this. Always, it seems. No matter how hard I try, I always have one screw that doesn't hide. Yep, there it is. Yeah. Where'd it go? There it is. No, it's not. Oh. I gotta grab my magnet on my truck. I'll be back. Huh. That's irritating. I'm going to pause the video while I look for the screw that I literally... So here's the old regulator with the... This is the one that was causing the most problems. And then it's also not tight on the cable anymore. This one was still kind of grabbing, but this one was pretty much shot. So what's going to have to happen is these are riveted on, that rivet, one over here, and then one up there. So have to drill those out. But the nice thing is, I wasn't sure about, is on the new regulator, these all come with a nut on the back, so that'll make putting the new one in pretty easy. So yep, that's good to know. It's a German made part, so I'm not going to complain about that, but I'm going to get these rivets drilled and get this all swapped out. And then looks like a T30 Torx or thereabouts. Nope, T25. Yep, T25 Torx. Off of the old. Oh, the new ones. Interesting. Alright. I'm gonna go get get something to cut these zip ties with and look at these thrown on. Alright, it looks like the nuts on this are a 12mm. So. I'm not going to go crazy tight, but I want to just make sure they're not going to come off, so that would be really suckish to have this thing come apart inside the door after you all go through spending all the time putting it together and have your window stop working again. There. I just found something else I had dropped while working on my truck. That's good, kind of. Voila. Alright, now I just gotta shove it back in the door and get these up to the window clamps up to their little adjustment port in the door panel and put the glass back in, and technically everything should work just fine, so we should be good. Apologize, you're not going to be able to see the best, but you know, gotta have it the right way. This bottom end tuck in first, because it kind of has to. Gotta make sure you get everything looped around. Shove your cable through, and it goes between the regulator and this backing plate. I'll put it on the other side. It'll get in the window, way of the window, like I almost just did. Back to its little hole there. And that little guy goes through there. Take this harness. And take this one that goes all the way over to the lock. Run that through its hole. Get that snapped back into its connector. I would pull this up and through. And get this kind of seated. Alright. Make sure these harnesses don't get tucked away in the door. We'll shimmy it around a little bit. Let it seat. Pull these all out. Now, if everything worked out right, should be able to take and hook up our window switch panel here, and put the key in and bring the window up a little bit so we get those little clamps for the window itself brought up. And there they are. thing. Make sure these are all snug. Maybe I'll cover those parts up. Huh. Well, that works. Oh, that's what they do apparently. Apparently they don't go quite all the way down in this corner. I just want to make sure. Alright, look at that. Alright, so I replaced all the broken clips that hold the trim panel in around the edges. Now it's just a plugging everything back in. Alright, let's see. These go down here. Pop in, and then this little plastic lock piece just slides right in on the inside. There it is. Woohoo! Window replaced. Now I just have to wash the window and we're good. Well, that pretty much sums up this video. If you liked it, go ahead and like and subscribe. And I've not been the most regular with video uploads, but I don't know. I like trying to do something here and there, but I think the rest of this afternoon I'm gonna work on trying to clean up some of this mess. I have a little more space to work, so yeah, just thanks for watching.